just point with the rope. Now lift the stick. Stay out of the kick zone.
Okay.
All right, so I'm here with Stephanie, and she brought us over to Oahu. Had to really twist my arm to come on over here. And so she's got her horse here. What's his name?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. And you're having some issues with him. And could you just tell us a little bit about the issues you're having and why you wanted me to come help you with him today?
So this is Phoenix. He's a 14-year-old warm blood, and some of the issues that I've been having with him is just a lot of spookiness and like just bucking and reactiveness. And then a lot of times he's very dull also. Like he won't give you what you want. He makes you ask and ask and ask, and then by the time you ask harshly, like he'll buck. He'll be sour about it.
Has he ever bucked you off?
He's bucked me off a lot of times, and I really want to get the bucking under control and kind of get him to be more willing and just more confident, because like he gets upset very easily, like over almost anything, and constantly becoming super bracy, and then he'll just explode, and he's never been able to get over it, and he's been around here for 2 years. And I can't seem to get him to relax and just move forward and pay attention to me.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to helping you. And so, yeah, I'll have her work with him a little bit, do some groundwork, some riding, and then we'll see where we can jump in and see if we can make some changes.
Okay, good boy. And then I taught him the head stuff where you, like, good.
Whenever you do apply steady pressure to yield, when you went to back him, you are pushing him backwards. What you want to do is apply a feel and hold and wait for him to step off of it.
Okay.
And then you do a little micro release.
Okay.
So you release that pressure, and then you can reapply it if you want to continue backing.
Okay.
But every step that they take, this is where the horse can get dull or more responsive. If you release every time they step off of it, then they'll be encouraged to keep doing it that way.
Okay.
And I would actually like to see you do that with the halter.
Okay.
So that you could eventually get to where you ask him to keep his head down while he backs up.
Okay, so do you want me to put a feel on the, to keep his head down?
So instead of putting your hand here, what I would do is just have so you're first thinking head down.
Head down.
And then you're gonna put a feel backward.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold here, hold, and he stepped off it, he gets relief.
Okay.
And then we'll do it again.
Okay, so just do it with the halter instead of the hand.
So he's gonna run into pressure if he lifts his head up like that. And I'm just setting this frame here.
Okay.
And I'm waiting for him. And so it's like you've backed him up plenty of times, right?
Yeah.
But he's kind of acting like he doesn't even know how to back up. But it's because it's the difference of making them do it or them choosing to do it.
Right.
So there he stepped off it again. I'll release again. And that's just a little subtle difference with steady pressure, but it's really important that applies to everything. Whether you're riding, you're on the ground. If you pick up a feel, you want it to have a hold feel and then step off. So if I was to show you, it's like I could push you like this.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Right? I could do that, or I could go like this.
Yeah, and then
And you step off and see how it didn't follow you.
Yeah.
And that they respond much better for that.
Good.
And then I would switch hands or be on his left side so that your head's kind of away from his, because if they fling their head around, I don't want you to
get whacked.
Get whacked, yeah.
Okay, so let me try.
So same thing, switch again.
Okay.
So if you're gonna use your right hand, be on his right side.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That way your arm or your elbow is kind of a block
like
over
this.
here. Yep.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Now he's doing
Very good.
Good. Good boy.
If you guys are enjoying this video and you would like to see more detailed training videos and be able to ask me specific questions about your horse, consider joining my Patreon page. It's only $10 a month. You're gonna have access to all the videos. We do a fun monthly challenge that has a giveaway for the winner at the end, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So we'll leave a link in the description below. Let's get back to the video. So one other little thing. When you're switching to, we call that a driving game, where you're using like driving pressure. If you was a colt that didn't know anything, you would do it with the halter. But you want to be real deliberate about, am I doing steady pressure or am I doing rhythmic pressure? Yeah. So I would suggest there that you're using rhythmic pressure, which means don't use the halter.
Okay.
Like step out a little wider, have slack in the lead rope, and
just
drive with the stick and string.
Okay. So literally just have
and only
more.
pick up a feel on the halter if he goes to walk forward.
Okay, okay. So just give him a little bit of
Yep.
slack.
So give him the look and then drive with the stick.
So just.
Very good, very good.
Okay,
yep,
good.
That was exactly right.
Okay, good boy. Good. And then I'll try it this way with like a little slack.
Much better, much better.
Good.
Really nice.
Good.
So those are just two like kind of really fundamental things of steady pressure and driving pressure. Whenever you're trying to do driving pressure, try to do it without the reins or the lead rope at first.
Okay.
You can use it as a safety net, right, if they don't do what you want, but try to ask for it without it first.
Without it, okay. And I've tried to do the, it's a little harder to, you know how you like get a feel, but you want to move just his front over?
Yep.
So if you try to like grab the halter and you try to feel that foot, like getting that foot to
Nice.
step
Very
over.
nice. Yeah.
Okay, so we try that. Good. And then.
And for him, right off the bat, I would say you want to do a little bit more of those with driving pressure.
Driving pressure?
Yeah,
So-
because he will more directly see you as the leader
Okay.
with driving pressure.
So driving
With steady pressure, it's more, when I'm using steady pressure, it's more of like control, and I'm getting the horse to emotionally be okay with the human controlling them.
Yeah.
Okay. With driving pressure, it's more about mentally getting them to choose to turn loose
Yeah,
to those
okay.
yields. So they're coming from a different aspect. Like steady pressure is innately difficult for any horse to just turn loose to, because it's their instincts tell them to resist it and pull back and fight steady pressure.
Right.
But if we're going to get him to see you as the leader more, it's going to be more about driving pressure.
Okay.
So like even moving the forequarters is going to be a really good one. Same with backing up.
Yeah.
Side passing, getting those off of driving pressure are going to be really important.
Okay. Okay. For him.
So yeah, go ahead and do that forequarter yield again, but do it with driving pressure. I'll show you real
Yeah.
quick. And you could stand in different positions. Sometimes I like to stand out here, and I'll circle the stick towards him and kind of bump him here with it, and ask him just to step over like that, and then I'll give him a
okay.
break. And now, with getting a horse to see you as the leader, it's not if you did it or didn't you do it. So like I said, some of these things are worth like 5 points. So out of 5 points for that yield, I only got like 2. And I only got 2 because I had to use the stick and string. If I could just bring my life up, this would be me like being another horse and pinning my ears at him and saying, hey, you need to step away from this feed or whatever. And there's nothing there, right? So now I have to use the stick and the stick and string, right? And so he's got to turn loose to that a little bit more
Yeah.
in order to see us as the leader.
Okay.
And see, he's still moving his hindquarters kind of as much as he's moving his front end.
Yeah.
So we're still going.
Okay.
There he took a
Okay.
big step over and
Yeah.
he got relief.
Saw that.
And so that one was like 1 point out of 5.
That's a
Now
negative
I'll
two.
start again. So I ask nicely, but then I'll gradually start to increase the pressure until he steps over.
Cool.
Thank you. And you could do this from standing here. I could stand here next to him, but a lot of times I'll do it in front of them at first.
Yeah.
And so he's pretty bad at this.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really know what I'm talking about at
Yeah.
all. And so by chipping away at more of these things, you're going to get a lot more point. He's going to see you as the leader a lot more. So the kind of idea behind this is it's not like, especially when we're talking about different people working with him, like you riding him, her riding him, the other lady. He's going to, in his mind, determine what level of leadership it is, right?
Yeah.
And I would say you're probably hovering around the 50-50 mark, okay? And so if we can move that needle and we can get it to 60, 70,
Great.
it's like maybe if he saw you as the leader 80%, he would go through the water. Like think of the mare in foal. If she could cross a raging river and the foal will follow her through because that's safety and comfort going through the river. I need to go
Need
there.
to stay with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if it's just another horse goes across, they're like, I'm not concerned
Like,
about that.
see ya. You're gonna
Yeah,
die.
and so the more a horse sees you as the leader, because you've explained to me like a lot of things that he does, like a whole variety. Like 1 minute it's a bird, next minute it's with the other horses, it's windy, it's this and that. And so the overall arching picture I can already see is just him seeing you as the leader more. And so four-quarter yields with driving pressure, side passing with driving pressure, changing directions, moving his front end, all those things are going to move the needle significantly.
Okay.
So that's good. That's all good news.
Okay.
Because
good news.
it's like if he was perfect at all these things,
Yeah.
it's like, well, that just leaves riding and figuring things out there. But I can already see that just you're in his relationship, there's a lot of ways that we can get him to see you as the leader more.
Okay.
in there.
That would be great.
The horses are prey animals, right? So most of the time, the issues that we're having with horses is because they're a prey animal, meaning they're scared. So it's like we have to focus on getting them confident and relaxed. But horses also care about pecking order and leadership. And once a horse is really comfortable with humans, which he is very clearly, like you can see by the way your daughter haltered him and stuff, he's not afraid of people at all, but he's not fully seeing you as the leader. You know, it's like, so if you're kind of on that even level, he's not taking over and being dominant either. So it's not like he doesn't see you as a leader at all. That's why I say it's hovering around that 50-50 line. But if we move that to 60, 70, 80, 90%, and you never really arrive at 100.
Okay.
Even if the stars align and that one day you're 100% the horse's leader, tomorrow you're back to 90. Like, because they vote for their leader every day.
Yeah, I've heard
and that's
that.
why horses will switch positions in the herd. If there's like 5 horses out here and this year this one's in charge, and you can see the order. And all you gotta do is put a grain bucket out there and you can tell who's in charge.
Not.
Yeah. But that will change, those positions will change over time. And so horses are designed to test the leadership because they need to have a confident leader. They need to have a qualified leader. And so you're proving to him that you are that by doing the driving pressure yields where he's stepping off that pressure. Yeah, you could rub him there.
You
That
did
counts.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that was good.
Okay, good job. I thought that was gonna be harder.
Yep, let's do it again.
Okay. Do you want me to do it from the other side?
So I would go the same side.
Same side. Okay. Okay.
Because he kind of walked forward there a little
Yeah,
bit.
he did.
And we want him to, in order to get all 5 points out of that move, he has to pivot on his hind end and cross over.
nice and-
He has to stay relaxed. And ideally, it would come off of you just changing your intention, not even
like-
needing the stick. So that would be the goal.
Yeah.
So like first here, just present it to him with changing your intention.
your-
No different than me. I'm standing here like this. If I went like this,
Yeah.
like that's different, right?
Change that.
Horses are designed to be very perceptive to our intention, and more so than humans are. Like, we're aware of people's body language and their energy, and if they're in a bad mood or they're in a good mood, or their demeanor. But horses are like 10 times more than we are. So the more we change that, the better.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So get that serious look on your face. Give him the look. All right, no smiling here.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Oh, that was very good.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay. Good job, bud.
Now he did walk off at the end.
Okay. So.
So I don't want to get too picky with you, but
Okay. No, that's okay.
one thing I would add to this, and I call this the shoulders game, and I play a little game with them where if my shoulders are here, I want them to stay here by my elbow. If I turn my shoulders towards them, I want them to move away. So what I would practice with him is driving him over, and you see I kind of got the stick in front of him a little bit, and I just keep adjusting to wherever he goes. There, we got that step, and then he didn't walk off.
Okay.
If he did walk off, I would square my shoulders up to him and I would wave the stick in front of him
Okay.
until he backs up off that pressure. And the reason I'm doing the stick like that instead of cueing him with the halter is I want him to be more aware of that and make a choice.
Right.
He has to think about it more versus if I just pull him back
Yeah.
with the halter, then he's like, I
He's
just told him
making
what
the
to do.
choice.
Yeah. So you can kind of put those two exercises together.
Okay.
So it's see how much lighter that was?
That was good.
So he's made a little change there. And then
Yeah.
finish it with the backup
Okay.
at the end. And that will keep him honest about being on his hindquarters
Okay.
through that. That will also make it easier to side pass eventually too.
If we ever get there,
Yeah.
that would be good. So, you want me to try that again? And
Yeah.
then if he keeps moving,
You'll square your shoulders and you'll wave the stick in front of him until he steps off of it.
okay, I'll wave the stick in front. Okay,
Yep.
and so I want to just wait till he stays still.
No, you can just start.
Oh, okay.
You got to be ready to kind of
Okay.
adjust to wherever he goes.
Okay.
Keep walking forward. So
Forward.
you're looking at him, but look this way, like
Okay.
you're trying to walk this way. Yeah.
Okay, there.
Super. And then pet him.
But okay, is it okay? He's moving.
Yes, because
okay.
he didn't go forward there.
Okay.
He just kind of got rebalanced.
And kind of just stopped.
So
by
yeah,
me.
after they do a turn, if his feet are in a funky position when you release, it's okay if they
Just-
balance.
Gotcha.
What I would call him out on is if he just walks forward at the end. Because forward is like the easiest answer any horse can give us, is just go forward. Like that's very natural for them to think just go forward, just like your trouble with side passing.
Yeah.
And so if you're picky about that on these little easier exercises, when we get into harder ones, it'll be easier.
Oh, okay. That'll set you up.
Yeah, that was very good.
Okay.
Can I see you do some circles with him?
Where he's moving more?
Yeah.
Like more like trotting or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, okay.
Now, so right there, instead of redirecting him with the halter, I want you to get more comfortable with the stick and string. Because
Okay.
like I was saying, if you cannot use control with the halter, if you can get him to step off where you want to go with the stick and string,
Okay.
you're going to get more leadership points out of it.
Okay.
So like even right here, you want to adjust your feet to get in a better position. That's pre-animal 101, is they're designed to outmaneuver us. So you have to just play through that and stick to your guns of, okay, I'm not gonna move, I'm just gonna keep setting this up until he steps off versus you moving your feet.
Okay. Right.
The only time that the exception to that is like if you're in a kick zone or something and you need to, retreat for
Safety.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But otherwise, you wanna just maintain your position until he steps off on the circle.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So go back to where you were.
Oh, okay. So. Oh, okay.
You see what I mean? So all those little things is how he goes, oh, maybe she's not actually as much of the leader as I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
So use the stick to drive him backwards.
Oh, driving backwards?
Because he kind of crowded you there. Keep your feet still.
Okay. Sorry.
And now try to
And
send
then
him.
try to.
Yep. And you can circle it towards his nose and get because we need his front end to yield off first.
Yeah. Come in. Come in.
And you can probably shorten the lead rope.
Okay. Shorten it.
Yep. So you got a direction. Yeah. See how you can feel the direction there? Then drive the front end.
Come in.
And when they're in that close, I think it's a little easier to gather up the string on the end of your stick
So.
and just tap his nose.
Oh, okay.
So gather up your string.
Gather. Oh, this string. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
And now just circle that towards his front end without moving your feet.
Just towards the front.
Yep, move his front end away from you.
Come in.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I'll let him out there.
Come in.
Drive his shoulder.
Okay.
Yep. Touch his shoulder.
Come in. Go. Come in.
Don't move your feet. Drive his nose now. Probably need to adjust your lead rope again.
Okay. Come in.
Yeah, very good. Don't be afraid to tap him.
Okay. Come in. Come on.
Yep, drive that shoulder again. He still needs to give you more room.
Okay.
Ideally, he would circle you to the end of the stick.
Yeah. So he kind of does this thing I notice now where he won't just immediately go on the circle and just.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is very
this-
much a leadership challenge
Yeah.
thing. He's like, I don't know how to circle. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, he's just kind of
Yeah.
gets a little bit tricky, to get him to. Come in. Come in.
There you go.
Go. And then how do I get him to drive past me?
Well, he's just kind of keep letting him go there.
Okay.
Yep. So just get quieter once he starts,
Okay.
and then get noisier when he stops.
Okay. Okay. Come in.
Tap the shoulder. Yep.
Go. Go. Come in. Go. Come in. So he'll start backing up when
Yep,
I get a
but
little bit more.
But you could tap his nose here because he's facing you with his nose.
So tap his nose?
You could circle it towards his nose. Yep.
So he gets a little worried. Come in. Come in.
Here, can I help you with this for a
Yes.
second?
Please.
So, but this is
'Cause-
all hard,
Yeah.
and this is why this is very important.
Yeah.
Because these are those little moments where you're going to be taking over more of that leadership role.
Yeah.
So the good news is that if you get good at these things on the ground, it's going to make the riding much better.
Amazing.
Because right now he's not really, like I said, we got to move that needle on the leadership part of
Yeah.
it. Okay. So I'll show you how I would
Yeah.
troubleshoot this a little bit. So I'm going to stand here. I'm going to circle this towards him.
Okay.
And if he doesn't go, I'm going to tap him, and then I'm going to reset.
Okay.
I'm going to point. And so there's going to be a sequence to this.
Okay.
And it's going to be his choice if he wants to leave or not.
Okay. Okay.
There. I'll give him a little break because that was a little bit of effort.
Okay.
So that was like exactly what you described as when you get firmer with him, then he has a little bit of a protest.
Yeah.
But the thing is, as long as we're fair about how we're presenting it to him,
Yeah.
it was his choice to leave or not. As soon as he went out there, then we said, okay, that's good.
But yeah, he will protest, and you get firmer, and he's like, he'll get upset about it, but he'll still sometimes not even listen.
Yeah. And part of it was he wasn't sure what to do, but the other part was he was willing to test the pressure a little bit. And we call that wearing the pressure. But the thing is, if I'm not here to work through that, you got to have the confidence to work through that and challenge him, you know.
Because you had to do that pretty firm, like with what you're doing right now.
But see how much lighter it is now?
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Because now he's not testing it as much.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn.
Okay.
But the good news is, over the next couple of days, we should be able to make this a lot easier for you.
Okay, that would be great, because, man.
But there will be a time, too, that he tests you again. You know, it's like depending on kind of what mood he's in.
To it.
Yep.
Okay, so you kind of just.
So point.
Okay, you had a little feel on the.
Yep, little feel. That gives him the direction. Tap his neck. Yep.
Okay. And then when he gets going like this.
Yeah,
oh, that's
now
good.
Relax your energy. Put your arms down.
Good. Okay.
And this is what we call like an active neutral. So put your arms down.
Okay, down.
Yeah. So you're turning that pressure off, saying, yep, I just want you to maintain right now.
Okay, that was really
Now
good.
bring your life up and ask him to trot.
Okay.
So you're going to point.
Okay.
You can cluck. And now put your energy back down. Arms back down. So as soon as he goes, then you want to relax everything.
Okay.
Now look at his hindquarters to stop him.
Okay.
Perfect. Just let him sit there.
Good.
Very good. Now let's see if you can get him to go the other way
Okay.
without moving your feet.
Okay. Okay. So do a little, not move my feet.
Tap his body. If he see how he crowded through your space there?
Yeah.
That's where you let him off the hook. He needed to run into your stick there.
Okay, gotcha. Do you want me to try that again?
No, but I would, if they're close enough to me on the circle that I can touch him with the stick,
push him
he's
out.
also close enough that if he kicked, you would get kicked.
Okay.
So I would wave the stick and show him where that boundary is.
Okay.
Use the stick to create the boundary.
Okay. Get out.
Firmer boundary.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Now go ahead and stop him.
Okay, and then stop.
Perfect.
Good. Good job. Good boy.
And if you did think they might kick out, as a rule of thumb, what I would do is just back him out of my space to the end of the stick to start the circle.
Okay.
If I thought that he was really rambunctious and thinking about kicking out or something.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and send him that way again.
Okay, so send him this way again?
So point, touch his shoulder if you need to. Yeah. Mean it. You gotta mean it.
Get out.
Mean it.
Okay, mean it. And then you're supposed to be relaxed.
So he doesn't want to be that dull. He just, if it requires a 6 out of 10 level of pressure and you come in at a 4, he's gonna wear it. And that's when he's gonna get more dull.
Okay. So I have to really come in at a...
You gotta match where he's at, yeah. Go ahead and ask him to trot again.
Okay.
Good. Now, let me see you change hands with the stick and the rope.
Okay.
And step into him and go the other way. Step towards him, drive him away. Yes, very good. Okay. Watch that kick zone though.
Okay.
So when you do that move, you want to move the front end away from you.
Front end away, okay.
So try it again, change hands.
Okay, so change hands.
Point with your right hand. Don't step over there, just point. Shorten the rope.
So shorten the rope.
Shorten the rope. Don't move your feet.
Okay.
Don't move your feet, just point with the rope. Now lift the stick. Good job. Stay out of the kick zone.
Okay. So he gets a little bothered when I get like change direction and I'm firm with him.
Yeah.
That's the only time that we've done exercises that he gets like that.
Yeah.
Every time.
Because again, that's a very dominant move for you to do towards him.
Okay.
Now just let him relax there.
Okay, he's good.
Now change hands and do it again, just a little slower.
Okay.
Don't move your feet. Just shorten the rope. Shorten the rope until you get both eyes. Don't use the stick yet.
Okay.
Shorten the rope. Bump his nose until you get him to there. Now slow down. There. Very good. Super. Super. Now go ahead and stop him.
Okay. Okay.
So I kind of love this because when you get those moments of resistance and he comes through it, luckily he's not very committed to it.
Yeah.
He turned loose to it right away. Because some horses would continue to kick out and stuff. If you remember that colt start I did with the Palomino on Patreon, like he would kick out when I first did it, and he tested it for like 3 sessions, you know, and like multiple times each session. He's turning loose to it right away. So it's really more about you challenging him in these ways now that you know these are the real direct leadership moments to say to him, hey, I'm actually in charge here because I can move your feet in these different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gives up pretty quick. Like he doesn't put a lot of energy into it. He just enough to tell me I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And he's upset. He'll be a little bit.
All you have to do is work through that until he comes to the other side and he does the same yield willingly.
Okay.
You're done.
So he'll
It's not about how many times he does it. It's about just getting a quality response.
So when I do that change of direction and there isn't all that fussing and he just did it like cooperatively, then we're like, we're good.
Yep.
We like that.
But like you move the needle just in these exercises like at least 10%.
That's great.
Yeah, it is. That's what I mean. That's why this is exciting because if we didn't have any of these issues on the ground or he was just afraid, it's a very different story. These things are actually quite easy to resolve.
So are these, like you said, him trying to be dominant? Because he's like, I don't trust you as a leader, so I want to be...
He's not trying to be dominant. He's just not wanting to turn loose to you being the leader.
Okay. He's looking for a different leader.
Yeah, he's just
her.
like... Yeah, but if you think about it, if he doesn't see you as the leader, but you're sitting on him, well, now he's left to his own devices to decide if the water's scary, if the bird is scary, whatever, because he's just a prey animal. But if he sees you as the leader and you're on him, now if you're not afraid, he shouldn't be afraid.
Yeah.
And this is where you get to reap all the benefits of the horse seeing you as the leader. Yeah. So what I want to do for the backup is the same thing we did for this monthly challenge. I'm going to have you do it. You're going to bring your life up and expect him to back up. If he doesn't, I want you to touch him.
I tried it. I was like, oh, I should have put in a video, but I didn't.
Let's see it.
But I tried it, the challenge for March. So first I just kind of like brought my life up, but he's going to come
Let's see, like right there,
me.
your first thing was to back away from him. Try not to do that. Because horses are very aware of who moved whose feet first.
Okay, so I'm just gonna...
Okay, now slow way down.
Okay.
So you use kind of moving towards him faster to get that response. I want you to just take one like half step and bring your life up and expect him to keep going.
Okay, so I'm just
One step, that's it. That was a big step.
Oh, sorry.
No, just one step, and
Okay,
then if he stops, then
okay.
use the stick.
Okay, so just one step.
Half step. And now touch him. Now reset. Good.
Okay.
Now half step again. Yes, super. Really good. Now we'd like him to keep going, and so you could touch him there.
Okay, so
touch him.
Do it.
And reset.
Okay.
After you touch him, then we're going to reset.
Okay, reset.
Now bring your life up again,
Okay.
one more time. Yes, super. And then see how his ears were kind of coming forward and looking at you?
Yeah.
That was a different kind of look. He's like, oh, the boss showed up today, you know, the leader showed up.
The boss
so that
showed
was really
up
good.
at work. Okay,
let me see you try side passing. So there's not a lot to gain there, right? Because it was good.
Yeah.
If it's when they're sticky and he doesn't want to yield, that's when there's room to grow there. So you're already getting like 6, 7 of the points out of 10 for the backup.
Yeah, I was gonna send you a video because he does it pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not that hard for him, so I'm like, oh, we kind of did that good.
So that was a good one.
We should
But that
submit.
also means for us that there's not a lot of room for us to improve with him.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had said, you know, the reason I was here was you had a really pushy horse that was always in your space. Probably the backup is one of the most important things we could do. But you don't really have that with him.
Yeah.
But these other yields, it's just a matter of asking them from him to get him to turn loose more. So let's try the side pass.
I wish I'd kept practicing because now I'm like, I usually do it off the fence.
Okay.
But I haven't done it in a while because I'm like, oh, it's so bad. I'm always like, I couldn't side pass him to save our life. So I haven't watched the video in a while, but I kind of remember that you were like, you use the stick to I'm just gonna position him. So I kind of just position him like, okay, we're gonna stop here.
But I want you to do that without using the halter.
Oh, okay.
Because again, that's where the benefits are going to come from.
Yeah.
Because that means mentally he's going to be putting more thought and effort into it. The halter is like they're turning loose to control, but they don't have to think about it too much.
Right. You're like putting him where you want, making him do what you want. So I kind of just bring my energy up.
Now you see where you're waving the stick?
Yeah.
And you see what part of his body he's not moving?
Yeah.
So you would need to bring the stick to the part of his body
like
that isn't
this
moving.
front.
Yeah. What I would try to encourage you to do is get in the habit of, when you're doing the side pass especially, is you can adjust the stick like this.
Okay.
So you see here we could drive the front end.
Stick.
And this is where, like, you could tell if we get the front end yield better, then that'll make side passing easier.
Definitely.
And if he backs up, we'll just keep going with him. Let's have you miss that pull there. And then if he takes a step over off the stick here.
Right.
So we're just going to wait on him here.
Okay.
Right there.
There, okay.
Then we'll release.
Okay.
But see, even, like, you could control his front end with the halter, but that time he had to make a choice.
Yeah. I'm a little awkward with the stick.
So let's switch hands here.
Okay, so.
Rope in your right hand, stick there.
Okay, so.
And now you got to focus on doing that four-quarter yield on this side.
Okay, so you want me
So
to.
you want that pressure on this side of him to move his nose. You're going to focus on his nose.
Okay, wait.
Use the stick by his nose.
Stick by his nose?
Yep.
Sorry.
And then present it kind of on this side a little bit.
Okay.
Yep. And then stay by the fence. There you go.
And then.
See, then I'd bring it right here because, see, we're trying to get everything to go that way.
And then I'm like.
So we would just keep going here.
Okay. Here, I'll give you the rope. Okay.
Just get that front end to step through.
Okay, yeah.
And so I don't mind if he gets himself in these binds because he's pretty good at, like, outmaneuvering.
Yeah.
And so I would try to get you to just kind of play through that, realizing you can just adjust the stick and string to wherever you need it. But I stay on my line here and I keep going this way.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll go back the other way here. I'm gonna get him a little easier for you.
Yeah.
And I'll have you do it.
It's really hard and bad. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not particular about them being perfectly sideways.
Yeah.
I'm just picky about him generally moving that way.
In that direction. Okay.
Especially when he gives me that 4/4 yield. Also notice it's easier on this side, and this is the side that we practice that 4/4 yield.
Yeah.
Right? We'll try it the other way, so I'll just step back to the fence here.
I was gonna say I should have started on that side because I know he's easier on that side, but
so I
either way.
want to have the stick more in the middle of him, but I'm gonna adjust it to whatever part it, so as soon as that front end goes, I can come back to the middle here. All right, your turn.
Good.
And to me, he's kind of got to get a little bit better at it on the fence. It would be really difficult without the fence.
Yeah, I've only tried it on the fence and we still have
turn.
trouble.
So I'll just have you go back and forth here between this string here and then that post.
Okay, okay.
So you're just going to start over here.
Okay. Yeah, I have trouble distinguishing, like, okay, he's not moving this, so tap this and tap that, and I'm
so it's like the way he just readjusted, now you have to start here, and he's pushing on it with this side.
So
and
you're
so
tapping
I'm circling it,
what is sticking out where you want him to turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. There. And
as soon
then
as that stepped over, then I could switch back to the middle.
Okay. That's a lot to, like, when you're not very, like...
And then you got to stay, we call it staying on the sidewalk. You got to stay here.
Stay on the sidewalk. So I want to get this turned over.
Yep. Good.
Okay, and then that's good.
Yeah.
And then I want to, but then he did it again.
Keep going, but towards his nose a little more.
Okay. Oh, this way, right?
Yep. A little slower with the stick, and then a light tap.
Okay, there, he turned.
I'd keep going until he takes a little bit bigger step.
Well, now we're kind of in a
keep going,
weird
play
spot.
through it. Get the stick out in front of him more.
Come on.
There you go.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going.
Tap him lightly. Yep. Yeah. And release.
There you go.
Super.
That was good.
Super.
Good job.
Great job.
Okay. He always wants to turn right back.
Let's just keep going this way.
Okay. So again, I want to.
Towards his nose. Yep.
Okay.
Good. Now go to the middle. Keep walking. Yes. Yes.
Good.
Beautiful.
Oh, then the front goes, but I used the halter.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay, that's
now,
better.
put your back to the fence and send him around you this way.
Okay, so
to the right.
Back to the fence, and I want to send him around?
Yep.
Okay, so
let me get out of the... You can kind of use a little bit of that momentum from that. Yeah. Now just walk with him. Walk with him. Walk with him. You can block his nose with your right hand too if you need to.
Okay, just...
Like block like this.
Block? Oh, I can actually... Yeah. Okay. So, but I want him to turn.
Yep.
Come on.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Super.
Good.
Really good.
Okay. That's good.
Let's do it again.
Okay,
go ahead and back him up.
Back him
you can
up.
back through there and keep going.
Back, back. Come on.
Now move his front end away.
Okay, so we want to...
Towards his nose. That's the part that's got to go. Go first.
Oh, sorry. Come on.
Towards his nose.
Towards his nose. Okay. Okay. Come on.
Yep. Instead of it being kind of a poke towards him like that, that's going to cause him to get more defensive.
Okay.
If you kind of circle it like this towards him and just bump him lightly. Until just enough that he's uncomfortable. If he's backing, you know he's a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Until he takes that step over. But see, the front end still has not stepped over, so that's why we're going to keep going here.
Okay.
Right there.
There, okay.
Okay, let's come all the way back to this post, and then we're going to restart that one.
Okay, okay.
But if you can tap him lighter instead of like slow little taps, he'll respond a little bit better to that.
Yeah.
So we're just going to come restart to here, because this is the harder side.
And then I want to get him going that way.
Yep.
Okay.
So come over here to the sidewalk.
Okay, so I'm on the sidewalk and right hand like this.
And you're going to circle it towards his nose on that offside.
Okay, so I'm going to...
Yeah.
So...
Yep. Over by his nose here.
Like...
Up in front of his nose.
In front of his nose?
Yes. And then little light touches.
Okay, that's
better.
Now
switch it. Keep walking.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Super. Super. And stop.
Okay, that's better.
Good.
Good.
And then we're going to do that one more time that way.
Okay. go back?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I want to
just
get him
keep
to.
going?
I want him to turn all the way away from you again.
Okay, so.
I want to make sure that you know how to control his nose. Use the stick there.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry. Okay.
Keep circling towards his nose. Yep. Keep going. By his nose.
By his nose? Okay. Oh, like.
Yep. Tap his nose.
Come on.
Keep tapping his nose.
Okay, tap his nose.
Yep. Keep tapping his nose.
Tap.
Keep going. Keep going. You're almost there. Keep going.
Come on.
Don't pull on the.
Oh,
don't pull on
sorry.
the lead rope.
Okay,
I
so,
would circle it like this.
Okay.
I would have it over here
Okay.
until he kind of makes that step
Okay.
over.
Yeah, okay. It's awkward by the way
Yeah,
I
it
use
is.
the stick.
It is.
Sorry. So that's how you're
Yep.
holding it. You're holding it
Well,
like
you could do it with
this,
either hand, but I would hold it kind of more in that
like
frame,
that. Okay, so.
Because you got to get on this side of his nose to go that way.
because I want him to go
Yep.
that
We'll start
way.
again.
Okay, so start again, and then you want me to continue going this way?
Correct. And you're just
Okay.
gonna bring your life up.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Tap his
Okay.
nose. Get his nose to go away from you.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
So this is hard because we're kind of in the corner here.
Yeah,
There you go. But
okay,
you can work through that. That's what I wanted you to see because they're designed to get us out. Look at where he stopped too, and he stayed completely flat here. He didn't try to turn in at the end.
Yeah.
Because he's got a habit of he's learned he gets relief when he just faces you that you kind of go, I'm not sure what to do here, so you back off. Even if it's just for a moment and then you move your feet to get in a better position, that's all it would take to reinforce to him just face you. And so that's his default is just to stop and face you. So you had to work through some of these weird situations where he had to get around the corner or make that move because it's going to happen when I'm not here that he does that. And if you always retreat and try to readjust, he's going to keep doing that. But by winning that game and him getting relief over there, now that's what we're after right there.
Okay, so that's what's amazing having you here because when I'm trying to do it on my own, I'm not getting what I need or want him to do, and he's getting confused, and then I don't know how to work through it. Like, okay, this is, you know how you're like telling me, no, just keep doing it because you're trying to get his face over. And that's why it's a mess, and like he starts to get a little like just almost does more harm than good because I'm like whacking him and he's just like, oh, why you keep whacking me?
Yeah, I think the two things that should be the biggest takeaways from what we did on the ground here is number one, don't move your feet first. Move him first. Okay. And then number two is be willing to adjust the position of the stick and keep going until he gets himself in a better position, gets organized.
Just keep
let him figure that puzzle out. That's what it's about. It's about giving him that puzzle to have to think through it.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Super.
Okay.
Should we get him tacked up now?
Okay, yeah. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. More try.
Let me just have you do a couple things here.
Okay. Sounds good.